What did China mean by revisionism in the Sino-Soviet split? Imagine a world where the biggest communist powers are no longer allies but rivals. That's what happened during the Sino-Soviet split, a major event in Cold War history. When China talked about revisionism, it was more than just a political word. It was a way to describe what they saw as a dangerous shift in the way the Soviet Union was practicing communism. Back in the 1960s, China believed the Soviet Union, under Nikita Khrushchev, was watering down the revolutionary ideas that had sparked the communist movement. They thought the Soviets were moving away from true Marxist-Leninist principles. Instead of pushing for global revolution and challenging imperialism, the Soviets seemed to focus on peaceful coexistence and economic growth. To China, this was a betrayal of the original revolutionary spirit. The Chinese leaders, especially Mao Zedong, accused the Soviets of abandoning the core ideas that made communism powerful. They believed the Soviets were becoming too soft, too interested in stability, and not willing to challenge Western powers or push for worldwide revolution. Mao saw this as a sign that the Soviet Union was no longer committed to the revolutionary cause. For China, revisionism meant changing or softening the revolutionary ideas that had brought communism to power. It was about making communism more acceptable to capitalist countries, which China saw as a betrayal. They believed the Soviets were trying to make peace with the West, instead of fighting against imperialism and capitalism. This idea of revisionism shaped China's actions during the 1960s. Mao launched campaigns like the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution. These efforts aimed to purge what Mao called revisionist influences from Chinese society and the Communist Party. He wanted to keep China on a strict revolutionary path, unlike what he saw as the Soviet Union's slide into complacency and reform. In the broader Cold War scene, China's stance on revisionism inspired many smaller communist groups around the world. They looked to China as the true leader of revolutionary change, opposing what Mao called Soviet revisionism. This split created a new division in the global communist movement, with China pushing a more radical, revolutionary approach. So, when China talked about revisionism in the 1960s, it was more than just a political label. It was a way to define what they believed was a betrayal of the original revolutionary ideals. It became a rallying cry for staying true to the revolutionary spirit and challenging the established order. This idea helped shape China's foreign policy and its role in global geopolitics during that turbulent decade.